Hey guys, Lord here, back in with another action figure review of an oldie but quite the goodie, especially if you are me and don't have the previously released versions of these characters, because today we're going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Justice Society of America Black Vengeance Specter vs. Atom Smasher 2-pack. These guys actually fight, or is that just a bunch of hullabaloo to sell toys? I'm gonna go with the latter. That said, this of course is brought to us by fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, and despite the fact that, this 2-pack was, for lack of a better term, overpriced, I didn't pay that. I got it on sale for around 50 bucks. Then I found it for like 40 something bucks on Amazon the next day, so, good things sometimes come to those who wait. Even better things come to those who wait longer. Once again, sometimes. So, with that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look, see what all these guys have to offer in terms of accessories. You get 2 cards. That's it. And they're not even collector edition cards, but this is, I think, branded as a collector edition set. I have to double check, but if that's the case, that's kind of bogus. Of course, you get a stand for the big guy, which is not at all necessary, but you get one. So, moving Atom Smasher aside, because he's actually got a lot of new parts going on, why don't we look at the Specter first? This is the reason I actually wanted this 2-pack, because I didn't have the other Specter. He's got a stand too. But I didn't have the other Specter. I didn't pay 40 bucks for a $25 figure that came with a bath piece to a character that I really didn't need, other than the fact that I do have Anti-Monitor and he could have went with him. But he looks cool, I think, anyways. Why he's got a grip hand, I don't know. I would have just liked 2 fists, but whatever. Guess I can always try to heat that up and turn it into an open hand. He does have a wired cape, pretty decent sized wired cape with a wire all the way down the bottom. So in an era where like wired capes are starting to become scarce, it's nice to see one that's got wire going into the collar and then all the way across the bottom. I will say it is like some of the what is it, that Superman with a lion head had a cape like this, and the Page Punchers Mr. Bones and Obsidian, where the wire will run through the whole entire cape and kind of meet at a corner. So be mindful of that. You don't poke through the material, but it's that, crinkle sack Barbie doll stuff. You should be alright. That said, a lot of people were complaining about the hood on this guy. I think it's fine. Like, it does sit a little far forward, maybe, but, you can work with it. I think, anyways. It looks fine to me. I don't know. I don't mind it. It's a lot better than that plastic hood and cape the old one had, that's for sure. But as far as articulation on this guy goes, his head, of course, is on the double ball peg. It's a little hindered, but you can move it. So that's cool. You can tilt, all that good stuff. His shoulders pop out, back down, and rotate all around. He's got that beautiful butterfly rotator cap thing in there. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. Crunches up, okay. This guy uses the Martian Manhunter body, so he's a little short, but I don't know. It's fine, I guess. He does have a ball hinge wrist that will hinge. It will rotate, but it is a little tight. I had to heat this side up, and then it will rotate within the glove. But unlike Flashpoint, Paradox, Wonder Woman, I didn't break 10 of these to get one that was decent. Torso can rotate. It can lean back and forth a little bit. Same with the waist. Hips can kick out, back down, forward, back. He does actually have a little bit of thigh cut in there. The texture is a little weird on the skin parts, but it does carry throughout the whole figure, so that's good, I guess. It does have a double jointed knee. Not the most attractive looking thing, but it does work. And he's got his little elf shoes, because in a past life, Specter just wanted to be a dentist, and he was put to death for witchcraft at the North Pole. Yeah, and Rankin Bass has a dark side. I don't think he knew that. But at any rate, he does have ball-hinged ankles that will rotate, hinge, and pivot with toe joints that can crunch up a little bit. And of course, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And I already mentioned the cape was wired, so that's it for Specter. He is a white guy. That is it. With a green cloak. That does awesome things. I like this figure quite a bit. Probably one of my top DC figures of last year, if I'm being honest. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what about the Batman Returns wave? I don't give a crap, alright? Those figures are fine, but I think people got a little bit too carried away with that one. Whether it's your Batman or not. I mean, my Batman's always going to be Kevin Conroy. And those figures are definitely not the best, but I like them anyways. Moving on to Atom Smasher. He is pretty rad. He's a big, chunky SOB. I don't think I like him as much as Specter just because of the character, but, you know, if you didn't have the old Mattel Atom Smasher, this one's pretty much good. Like, it's dang near the same thing. I mess with that old Mattel one. It's fine, but this guy, you know, you can do a little bit more with him. So as far as articulation goes, his head is on a double ball peg, and you do get a lot more play out of this than you did with the Specter. You really gotta push to get it to lean back though. But there you go. Shoulders can pop out, pop back down. They can rotate all the way around. They are very tight too, so you don't gotta worry about those being loose. He does have that butterfly cap, that beautiful butterfly rotator cap. Mostly works with forward and back, but it does, you know, adjust up and down as well. He's got a bicep swivel, both of which were kind of stuck on mine, so be wary of that. He's got a double elbow, but really you just need the bottom joint. You can get like 90 out of that. But these elbows are terrible. I don't know who sculpted these, but they are a flippin' nincompoop. He does have a swivel hinge at the wrist. It works okay. Torso can crunch forward. You can crunch back. You can rotate. And you can pivot. So you get a lot of range out of that torso. Waist, decent amount of range out of that as well. Whew. This figure's giving me a workout. Hips can kick out, back down, forward and back. He's got a thigh cut. He's got double knees. Yeah, there you go. Again, not the most sightly thing, but not nearly as bad as the elbows. And you could argue his knee pads are why that is. And then he does have hinge at the foot. No ball hinge, even though they could have put one in there. With the rocker and the toe joint. Peg holes at the bottom of the feet and some pretty sick tread on his boots. So that is Atom Smasher. Very classic looking character. If you're building your J.S.A. or J.L.A. or League of Super Acquaintances, whatever you want to call him, he's a definite must-have. I think he's a cool character. And if I'm not mistaken, he's the son of the Atom that looks like a wrestler, which explains why he himself looks like a wrestler. So standing him up, if I can stand him up here. Not the tightest ankles on him. We'll bring back the Mighty Specter, not to be confused with the Mighty Spector, coming to a Mattel Creations clearance sale near you. And we bring in our two regulars. We got the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibolith. Right there. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who's not towering over everyone but Specter today. Because Atom Smasher, again, is a pretty decently sized Mega Fig. But yeah, I dig this 2-pack. I think it's a fun 2-pack. If you don't have these characters, you should definitely check it out. But with that being said, I think it is time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and if there's one thing I can say about this 2-pack, it's living proof that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, good things come to those who wait. Because not only do we not have a far superior figure of good old Specter in this 2-pack, along with a very classic rendition of Atom Smasher, but if you waited long enough to get it on sale like I did, it feels a little bit more like a McFarlane Toys release from a couple years ago, where 2-packs weren't pushing $80. I mean, that is kind of whack that coming with no accessories and being primarily reuse, that this 2-pack is considered a collector's edition deal. That said, if you get it for the price I paid, and you did not have the previously released Specter, or Atom Smasher for that matter, I see no problem in picking this up nowadays. But, I don't know, maybe try Amazon first when you're window shopping. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.